What's up? I'm Lenoir, and Dr. Paul came to us earlier semester and asked what do we want to do with our senior projects. So of course, because I'm in a video major, film major, I wanted to do a short film. He said get with my faculty and slash advisor, which would be under Mary Sheffield. She gave me the rundown on what I need to get ready for, what I need to do, the behind the scenes, in front of the camera, all that stuff, like including lights, props, scheduling, all those things. So I worked on those. And I originally got the script. I wrote the script for one of her courses, actually, and I did pretty good on it. And it was in her script writing course. The script is called Adulthood. Of course, this is a pilot, like I discussed with Dr. Paul Linden. And it's about friends coming together to support each other while still having their own personal problems. Originally, this cast was 5 people, but I thought it would be better because of scheduling and everybody else, and besides some other people kind of just started being really temporary in terms of, being consistent with the up-to-date stuff with me. So I dropped it down to 3, which is still going to work. It actually just made it a lot easier because the theme is still there, and it's still going to work how I had it planned on. A lot less writing I had to do as well, more revising. And so the cast includes my current USM classmate, Mary Preston, former Senator Chris Brown, and a fellow USM student by the name of Melvin Wilson. My audio engineer guy is going to be Peter Ragusa. I feel like I'm saying it wrong. Forgive me if I am. My video operator is going to be Jared Hudson. I would be the script writer, cinematographer, and the producer. Now, for my video editor, that was something that recently just happened that just kind of canceled on me. So that question, like, it's up to question, but at the same time, I know I can still do that because that's what I've been doing, and it's also what I'm in school to do. The only reason that I didn't necessarily put myself down for it was because, Dr. Mary told me that I'm limited in the positions that I can have. So that would be the only problem, if that's really like a big problem. As far as locations, I have an apartment and I wanted to use that. Well, I had certain scenes specifically for certain people in the cast. But also at the same time, I wanted to use it just in case the other locations that I'm about to announce didn't go right. I can disclose that in terms of details to where I live with our teachers. But the second place I was considering, that I'm going to do something at, is the Red Bluff hike. It's in Foxworth, Mississippi. It's where you go hiking, where people vlog and do other things. So I got that planned down. And then Lake Thero, it's USM property, so I don't have access to it. And then I would just need a vehicle, in which I decided that it would be better to just use mine. Originally, we were supposed to be driving in a vehicle, but I thought because of everything that's going on, and just safety reasons, and that will make the production a lot harder, that the car would not be moving. And another location will be the USM garage for student parking. It's by the dorms. It would be the perfect place to film, actually, some of the scenes that I discussed with Dr. Paul Linden and about that would use the actual vehicle. So the equipment, all I would honestly need is, because I've kind of shot a film of this magnitude before. It was more on the 5 to 7 minutes instead of the 7 to 9 that I'm shooting for. With 2 Lumix GH5 kits, 2 shotgun microphones, 4 XLR cables, 4 lav microphones, 1 Zoom H6. I also have a backup that I purchased. a long time ago. So technically, that's two of them right there, just in case. I have the SD card, 64 gigs, and I also have my own lighting equipment. Now, my lighting equipment is by Studio Pro. It's a photo studio, 850 watt. So, and then of course, extension cords would be needed for certain scenes, but the only scenes that I would need for lighting would be for the scenes to say, for example, for my apartment or something that's just pretty much just like that, because all the other scenes, the location I just described, we will be in daylight. So it'd be really hard to use it, and I don't plan on going to any caves or anything. So, and I have 3 external drives, and they have more than enough room to hold the footage as well. So I plan for that. And then that I wanted to hit on, my dates were fairly simple, and also the structure of how I was going to check in. I made up something called 3 days check-in. That's where I check in every 3 days to make sure the actors and actresses are on top of the lines and scripts. And of course, nobody is perfect, so I know there will be a lot of bloopers, I guess you could say. And so when lines do end up getting messed up, I'll be there to call them out, just in case if somebody doesn't remember anything or something particular. Even same thing with the editor. The audio engineer would always be with me, and I learned from Dr. Jeff's class, also mixed with Dr. John's from his live sounds, and Dr. Jeff's audio essentials. Pretty much stay away from the red. Distortion is crazy. And so I have that. For an example, like with Chris Brown or whoever I had to fill whatever role, I would shoot their most needed scenes for that day. Then I would ship them off to the editor, and they would get to working on that. Now, the target date was May 23rd, 2021. And this project is only going to take 3 to 4 weeks to do, and that's including with all of the, I picture the scenes and stuff being done inside of 2 to 3 weeks, but just to make sure it's finished with all the editing and things of that nature. Most of my cast pretty much leaves before next semester starts, so they'll be here for the summer, and my staff, like, they'll be here for the summer, so that's why I was really happy about that and figured I had to choose the date. But if I had to, I could also change those dates to later on, to next semester, and just maybe find people to replace them when they leave. As far as with sticking with where the script really comes from, it was all about just a childhood dream that I've always had. I used to always love watching movies, so I used to piece them together back and forth just like that. I feel like I really can do this because of classes like the script writing course, MEA 310, Advanced Post-Production, MEA 441, and Intro to Film Studies, FLM 170. I think those classes helped me put the pen to the page and the lens to the camera, so to speak. And most of the time, when I also have taken Dr. John's classes, Dr. John Plaskota, in which he wasn't in any of those classes, but what I learned from him is that pretty much the reality of the situation, regardless of how you like it, I've always considered his method of teaching the nature of the beast. And so I always think that that was actually always needed. The project budget is fairly simple. The most that'll be used would probably be my gas money. It takes $25 to $30 to fill up my tank, going back and forth, I know that would be coming out of my own pocket. That wouldn't be a problem. With the staff and the crew, I pretty much planned on getting them some type of fast food, McDonald's, preferably from the dollar menu. Actually from the dollar menu. So that would pretty much take care of the production and budget needs, because all the equipment I get would also be, besides my own equipment, I will be using from Southern Miss's EQR. And also just keeping up to date with my faculty/advisor. This is for Capstone, of course, and I hope it gets approved. Thank you all for viewing, and give me a chance to make it happen. I know I can. Regardless of the situation, I know I can. So, thank you.